Hello and welcome to another episode on the Automoto YouTube channel. So spring is pretty much here, although we're getting a few days with snow, sun, rain and all sorts, but I think it's now a good time to have a bit of a change up in wardrobe and bring in sort of the spring essentials for 2021. So out goes the Shoei Glamster. I've done a couple of updates on the Shoei Glamster, but now I've got the darker visor fitted. I'll probably do a third update because I've gone to and fro with the helmet, but I've come all the way back round, and I think this is definitely my staple winter helmet because it keeps that sort of that retro feel. But is also extremely quiet and very, very comfortable. And out go the big winter style boots as well, along with probably my bell staff jacket, although I probably will still use these type of boots. These are Rika Boots, about £80. I'll probably still use those for sort of longer journeys. So going from probably bottom to top. So out with those boots and in with my sort of spring variants. So these are really, really good, especially if you're going to coffee shops or meeting people for dinner, etc. These are the Bellstaff Duration waterproof boots. So I think these are a couple of years old. I think I got them last off the line, and the new ones have the zip down the side bit here, which although I think is obscured by a buckle, but these do up in the rear, and they changed that because it was a little bit awkward to get the rear of the boot. But I've really liked them. They've been great for under trouser. So they look like Dr. Martini. They've got a Vibram sole, which is perfect, and they've got ankle support as well. So these have been a really nice alternative just to normal sort of Chelsea boots, which you could definitely feel the difference through. They take in no wind at all, and fully waterproof, and really good with for gear changing, etc., or for brake, or for general abuse from the bike. You can see mine have got some rips and tears as well, but they are definitely a go-to for better weather, and they will be a staple now for spring. Moving on to the trousers. So mine trousers are the Akinomoto Stealth Protective jeans. The difference between these and normal jeans have been vast, although I think these are pretty good value for like £140. They're sort of stretchy, which is great. I'm a double XL in these, and what I like about these is the length of the trouser, and they're a tapered fit. So if you're again going out to restaurants or coffee shops or whatever it is, you can wear these with either normal Chelsea boots or with something like the Bellstaff boots, which I've shown you, and they look really, really smart. They do have D3O armour in the knees and in the hips should you wish to have it, and I've got it in here as well. I actually didn't think I had it in there, but it's just because it's so thin, but I do have it. Some really nice little features. Again, tapered, but also got a slightly little reflective A for the Akinomoto logo there. And you can see on the inside, it's quite insulated with a sort of second tier here. So this is 12.5 ounce Cordura, and it's got DuPont Kevlar in the knees and in the hips, I believe. So other than that, pretty much standard fit like a tapered pair of jeans. And at £140, I don't think actually there's a lot of difference between that and a good pair of jeans anyway, and you get the protection in these. So I think these are definitely a must for those that are a little bit more conscious about what they're wearing on the bike if they're going to go out into town as well. Moving up, so I kind of like to have layers for sort of this sort of time of year. So I've only got one other season to compare this to in sort of summer, autumn, winter period. But I'd like to have a t-shirt and a hoodie underneath an overshirt. So if it gets too hot, I can either take off the hoodie and just have the overshirt with the t-shirt, or I can just keep this on as well, and the hoodie gives me sort of quite nice neck protection as well. And especially if you're sat down afterwards and you get a bit chilly, you've always got that sort of extra layer around your neck. So the Ashley Watson protective riding shirt is something I picked up last week. I put a couple of pictures up on my Instagram of visiting the studio, and I was really, really impressed with Ashley. He took me through how they manufacture the products, all made in the UK. And this is what they call the Hotcliffe overshirt woolen shirt. So it's quite thick, but what I did like it as a bigger guy as well, it's very tapered. So it's really nice. It's not big, baggy. Usually if you're quite broad-shouldered, shirts tend to be really, really baggy. This is really nicely tapered, has a sort of double seam around the back here, and the sort of bigger sort of Napoleon style pockets on the sides here and here. So what I loved about it is that it's got room again for the D3O armour in the elbows, and allows you to sort of tape up the button up the wrist slightly tighter than normal, and has the back armour as well with a nice collar, button collar down as well, which actually reaches really, really high on your body, so you don't actually need to have a scarf around it as well. So you'll see that I've put this on over the t-shirt and over my hoodie as well, and that's been fine. And riding along with it, it really does keep the wind out with British wool, and it's definitely something I'd recommend. Again, around the £250 mark I think it is for this shirt, but I think it's going to be a staple throughout the whole of summer, whether it's with a t-shirt or with a hoodie, and will be, again, stylish with tapered jeans and almost Chelsea style boots as well, so you can go out no problem using this as a jacket with a t-shirt to keep that sort of protective layer as you're riding home in the evening through summer or spring as well. Just one note, I always do take a scarf, harking back to my days in the Middle East, for just to tie up around my neck like this, so I can use it to tuck up on the helmet, and I can use it as a mask as well if I'm getting into a petrol station or anything else. But again, when you're sat around off the bike, this is quite nice just to have to wrap around you, and always useful to have a scarf of some description. Again, for warmth or just for sort of slight bit of comfort. Fuel gloves, which have been really, really good. I've got them in like a mustard and a green colour. They're starting to wear a little bit now after about a year. So I've gone for these, which don't have any necessarily armour in them. They are leather, so they're protective in that way, but they are quite light on the armour side. Are perforated in the knuckles and in the palms and fingers as well, so it should allow for quite good ventilation. And what I really liked about these is the colours in terms of having white and yellow. It's really noticeable when you're making hand signals, if you are to either traffic or to people. I think it's really, really useful to have a lighter, not like mime artist, but just to be able, people could be able to see you go from A to B, or if you're gesturing for some reason. So helmet, again, putting the Glampster probably firmly back on the shelf, and I bring in the Bell Eliminator for that sort of mid-season and throughout summer. I do like to have an open face helmet in summer, although again, the safety precautions is not great with an open face helmet, and I think it's like 40% of rides you end up landing on your face or your chin. So this is a really nice alternative. So this is a helmet that does keep you very, very cool. The vents here, you can block off a little bit of the vent, you can hear just one switch here, but it does allow a lot of airflow through and keeps that sort of retro open face feel. I think it's the closest feel I've had to a normal open face helmet by using this. So you can't see this rim at all when you've got the helmet, and I think it looks very, very cool in the carbon. It's very, very light, and obviously with the mirrored glass as well. I think this is probably one of the best looking helmets on the market still, and I know this is now a few years old. Very, very comfortable inside. You can see it's very padded, very luxurious inside, but when you get to sort of 40, 50 miles an hour, this becomes a bit of a nightmare in terms of wind, chill and noise. So I went for an hour and a half down to Poole a few days ago, and it was almost unbearable. So I really struggled with the chill on my head, as well as the noise. I couldn't hear my stereo in the earpiece at all. So that for longer rides, I would definitely stick to the showy Glampster. But in the heat and spring and just around here, I live in sort of 20, 30 mile an hour zones. So this will be my helmet of choice going forward. But when I get into proper summer kit, we might do a summer refresh of kit where I probably will use an open face helmet just around my local area. I think that's all the kit that I use or will be using over spring. I think it's good to just have a refresh as well. It sort of rejuvenates you if you buy that one bit of extra kit for a different season. Rejuvenates you getting back out on the bike. And I've had a really good time the past few days in my Ashley Watson shirt as well. Just really enjoyed being out again. So thank you to Ashley for taking me through everything in the studio. So I think that's it. If you like the video, please hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in the next one.